In 2017, I created Say Less podcast. Then we created a network around that. I created a bunch of shows. We created a radio station, WTCP. Then 2021, this year, we went to TCP TV on Roku. So now we're on TV. So what's next? I'm thinking productions. I'm thinking movies. I'm thinking live performances. So how do I do that? Now I created TCP Entertainment. And we're gonna do all of that. We got a bunch of new shows. We got the ladies at Queen's Table, Vixen, 2X's, E, Badu, my ace, Hollywood. We got the new show I'm creating with comedian Josh DeWay. I Hate It Here. He's hilarious. Y'all gonna love him too. Then we got Porque No. That's our first Spanish speaking show. I'm doing on site where I'm gonna be pulling up on people, just having real conversations. But our biggest project that we're working on right now for TCP Entertainment is TCP's Who Did It Best, and it's going to be business against business. And when I say business against business, I'm talking about COVID hit us really hard. So we're trying to do something to put a spotlight on these businesses that went through tough times during COVID. A lot of people had to close their doors. So what we want to do is not just have business against business, but we want to highlight these businesses and celebrate these businesses and put people back in these businesses. But yeah, you know, who got the best cheesesteaks in the city? Who does the best dark fades? We're gonna do all of that, man. TCP's Who Did It Best. TCP Entertainment's Who Did It Best. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna have the final say on all the cuts, so you know we about to turn up. It's TCP Entertainment, baby. Yeah.
Is that yours? Look, I don't have a cup. I'm high off of life and drinking water.
Yeah.
Trying to stay hydrated.
I like to drink my water out of a red cup.
Word. That reminds me of tap water.
Oh, the mic's hot. The mic's hot. I'm feeling real good to be back on the Sunday.
Word.
Hot
Word.
mic, hot mic.
I went to church today.
You went to church today?
Yes, I did.
Again?
Always.
Did you pray for us?
Always. Yes, I prayed for y'all. Shit, I had to pray before I got here.
Listen,
Right.
as long as you prayed and we prayed up, then we can start
Word.
the show.
We're covered
good.
by the blood.
You know it.
How's everybody feeling? Hollywood, how was your week?
It was all right. It was all right. I had quite a night last night. I busted my ass in public.
Oh, man, was you lit?
A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
Why do your lit nights always got stories with them?
Yo, I can't live. I can't live. Can I live?
Right.
I'm telling you, it's always some shit in the world of Hollywood.
I ain't mad at you.
Yo, in 3 days in a wake up, I'm going to Puerto Rico. So I'm calling off of work next Sunday. I'm letting y'all know now. Don't look for me.
Word.
Oh,
Yeah.
They don't know you're going?
No, I'm talking about this job. This one. This job. I'm letting all the viewers know I'm not going to be here. And I'm letting you know, too. I probably didn't tell you. I'm not going to be here.
So you're putting in your PTO now?
Basically, yeah. I need a couple days. I need a couple days. I'll be back the following Sunday.
Got it.
I'm jealous.
Don't be. You just came back from Vegas.
You told me I put my business in the street.
Come on.
I'm mad that both of y'all took. That means I'm due.
Yeah, you are.
Something like that.
So
When you go, I'm coming.
So when I take off, I'm gonna need y'all to be right in front of this microphone like I was when y'all was.
I got it.
No, I'm coming too. We're just not gonna have a show.
I mean, how was your week?
My week was good, man. I had a lot of productive things going on. We planned out our whole 22. So 22 is pretty much locked in for the shit that we got going on.
It's lit.
You know, we working on some new content for online as well, and yeah, we just working. We working.
Over here, always.
You know,
We got events coming, ain't?
we got events. We got event October 9th.
The national holiday.
Oh official blast day, October 9th, 2021. We are at Zotropolis Theater again. But this time it is not for laughs. It is for the Room of Rhyme. The Room of Rhyme is a place of expression, artistic emotion, and there's going to be a whole lot of stuff.
I'm excited to come sit in the audience for once. I want to sit in the audience. I'm going to eat real good. I'm going to be snapping. I got to watch my mouth, though, you know, because with poetry, you're supposed to snap, and I'll be ratchet like, yes, yes. Thundercat does that to me.
I think that's allowed, too, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I make it allowed. Who's going to check me? You know?
And we got Thundercat and Sir Dom hosting.
Yes.
We have poets. We're gonna have live art.
I like this music that I'm hearing.
We're gonna have this woman right here who is super super talented. Her name is Shug. She has music on
Apple Music
and YouTube as well. YouTube, and she will be performing live on the stage. If you hear her right now, she got a whole. Listen, her vibe is crazy.
Vivian Green.
Vivian Green, yeah.
And Snow Allegra. Yeah.
Wait. Say what?
Snow Allegra. She's an artist.
Oh, I thought she said she was coming too.
No. No, I wish.
Okay.
I mean, we'll speak it into existence.
Snow Allegra is not in the budget for Room of Rhyme. Maybe next one.
Maybe
We'll
she'll
speak it
stop
into
by.
existence.
Snow Allegra.
Right. I know you like poetry, girl.
Yeah, so Cookie Poe, how was your week?
Good.
That's all we get, ain't it?
She
Good.
don't like the mic. She don't like the camera.
Damn sure don't.
You turn the mic off and she'll be.
That part. Real vocal.
But yeah, Room of Rhyme, October 9th. Make sure you're there. We got Cookie Poe on the board.
You.
We got Hollywood Bonnie in the building.
Because who the fuck is going to check me?
We got Alonzo Williams Jr. in the building.
Nobody owns ideas.
Yo! And I am your host, Blast. This is Say Less Podcast, episode 147.
I think it's 8.
148.
You know, I have the tendency to skip weeks
I will go check.
sometimes, so
We're somewhere around there.
yeah, somewhere up there.
I'm pretty sure it's 148. I think you're right.
Okay, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But let's talk about, listen, 147. We're at 147.
Oh yeah, see, I told you I skip weeks sometimes.
So I've been catching a little heat from people because I've been criticizing the president that is currently, that I voted for.
Biden?
Okay.
The
And?
one that I voted for. I feel like I should be able to hold him accountable.
What do you feel like he's not doing right?
He botched a few things.
Like what?
The getting out of Afghanistan, he botched that.
How, you think we should still be there?
No. But they just
Could have went about it better.
It was a cluster bumble at the end getting out of there.
Yeah.
He botched it.
See, but I feel bad for him the way that he has to take all the blame for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't make decisions on his
He's the
own.
president.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. When we don't like the president, like
Yeah.
Trump, we would have jumped down his throat for fucking up the shit that he's fucking up. And here's the thing. Because I don't want to say Biden's like super messing up. But here's the thing. He promised black folks
A
during
lot.
his campaign. And right after he won, he said black folks have my back. He knows that we pushed him over the edge.
Yeah.
We got behind him because we wasn't fucking with the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got behind him. He said this, and he said, because they have y'all had my back, I'm gonna have yours. We have not seen this George Floyd bill pass. It got to the house, got through the House. I think it didn't get past Congress. I know how law works. I don't give a shit. Get it done.
Right.
Because that's what you promised.
Mm-hmm.
And then he.
What about my school
that's
loans?
just-
Yeah.
he
But you
promised
know-
the school loans.
At the same
At
time,
least
like
10
all
stacks.
his criticisms are warranted. Well, not all of them on our side.
Oh, no,
As
yeah.
far as the people that voted for
And
him,
he got 3 more years.
it's warranted.
Do what the-
But we forget, like, he's been in office 8 months. Like, we still got
Yeah, he got 3 more.
we
yeah.
still got a couple years
He
to
got
go.
3, but here's the thing. Here's why I said, because yes, he does have that long, but the Asians were getting attacked. They
Oh,
were,
yeah.
they were getting attacked
Yeah.
because of this COVID shit, and they passed that bill within weeks.
But like Kamala,
Weeks.
man, Kamala, like, yo, what's the
Why
deal?
black folks, we always gotta wait for everything.
Kamala,
And this
no,
shit
listen.
was Asians been.
We've been getting harassed and mistreated for 400 years.
Yeah.
Shit, they still whipping us now.
Asians
Yeah.
got mistreated for a
How about
year.
that? How about we still getting whipped
Still
now?
getting whipped
Yeah,
now.
right now. That's where we was leading to. But yeah, Asians got mistreated for 1 year, and they got that shit the fuck out of here. Now it's hate crime.
My thing with Biden is like when number 45 was the president, we were getting at him, but he had staunch supporters.
Yeah, he did.
Sleepy Joe.
And that's the thing.
Sleepy Joe don't got nobody got his back.
None of us was crazy about Biden anyway. Like you know why we voted for Biden? Like
Because we needed the other guy. Yeah.
He had to go.
Yeah.
Dude had to
But like
go.
I
he
voted
got the
for him for my
Republicans
student
and
loans.
half of us against him too.
That's what he
And that's
got
the
me
thing,
for.
like,
My student loans.
He did this shit on the kid. Like we still voted for him just because we wanted the other guy out.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
He made a lot of
But he
promises.
still made some promises, and now he's backtracking all of that shit.
You got to come through, Joe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like this is another thing. Like, all right, I voted for Biden and I got criticisms because I'm not a nut. Like some of y'all was protecting 45 with your life
I don't even care about that. I'm not talking about that.
for 4
He's a
years.
clown. And if you thought he was a good president, I think there should be a litmus test for voting because all of y'all shouldn't have a say because that's why we got stuck with that clown. And the people that are still like, yo, we should have him back, like, stop it. But yes, they're whipping people at the border, and this is on Joe Biden's watch. Now this is not Joe Biden's fault, but the reaction first was, I don't know what's going on. Let's see, blah 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 blah. Now they have an assessment of what's going on, and their reaction was the main thing I saw was they're taking the horses away now. So now they're
Really?
not gonna have horses.
But
I
they're
was
gonna
like-
still have whips though, huh?
I didn't hear, and I don't know if this is true or not true, but fuck taking the horses away. What happened to the people that was doing that? Like, did you find? Did all of them? I hope all of them got fired.
I'm just trying to understand why there was so much like empathy for Afghan refugees and people coming from you know what I mean? People that are
Listen,
getting whipped
man.
right now. Like what's
know,
the difference?
You know what's crazy? Like the empathy, it all depends on if you came in on a plane or you walked.
At the end of the day, I'm sad that they even came here. Like I would have went anywhere else. Y'all would have been better off going to Canada. We don't even want to be here.
Pretty much.
That's that part. Like we don't want to be here either.
Let's
Like-
keep it a being though. Haiti has been mistreated since there was a Haiti,
Yes.
and we know why Haiti's been mistreated.
Ever since they made that deal with France.
Haiti is the only successful slave rebellion, and they took over the country, and they've been running it ever since.
France is running it.
Well, France has the power, but
Yeah.
the slaves took over.
We took
Haiti,
their roles.
and
The numbers won.
right. So
We didn't have numbers here.
They sure
and
didn't.
since Haiti has been fucked up, like let's keep it a bean, and shout out to all my Haitians, yo, because I know a lot of Haitians down in Florida when I was
Yeah.
down there.
Y'all food is so
And
good.
They're
South-
heavy in Florida.
South by say to all my Haitians.
Word.
But,
Look at me. Y'all food is so good. It is. There ain't nothing. Look.
but yeah, they've been mistreated since the beginning of time, and they've been mistreated now because let's even go back to 45. What do you call Haiti? Haiti a shithole country.
Yeah,
right?
amongst other
Other
countries.
He
But they
called.
were all black and brown countries.
Yeah,
Yeah. Every
you
one
right.
of them.
So and I think when Haitians come over, when
Unless you rode his dick, then he was cool with your country.
Right.
Korea.
But what I saw just forget that it was Haitians or whatever. Like the demeanor of these people whipping those people, they wouldn't have done that to French immigrants.
I hope, like you
wouldn't
said,
have
they
done
need to
that
lose their jobs.
to
Eastern European.
Eastern Europe. Like they wouldn't have done that to none of this shit. And to see them do that, it just shows the lack of respect that the
Melanin
authorities
holds.
have in this country for black folks.
That's
period.
that sense of entitlement to be able to do that.
Caucasity is at an all-time high.
Yeah, I was disgusted to see that, and
I
it's
can't
true.
watch that kind of stuff.
it's triggering. It's really triggering for black, because they put these every year there's a slave movie in the theater. every single year. So we've seen this, even though our generations haven't been whipped. We know what it is. We know the history.
Like we know
And
we
this,
know
And this motherfucker was on a horse at that.
we know what it kind of looks like, but like y'all are like doing it on some movie level.
Yeah.
What was Biden saying about that when he saw it? He said he didn't know.
I mean, once he dissed it once it was in the light, and you know what I'm saying.
He
did.
out. He said we'll get it under control or something like that. He said
we'll get it under control.
Then he had his
fire them.
Speaker
of the House.
Not the Speaker of the House. What's the one who speaks for the president?
That guy.
The White House person.
It's a woman.
The press secretary.
So yeah, she didn't give me enough to where I was satisfied. Like they kind of, like I said, they said they get rid of the horses.
What?
They didn't speak about the mistreatment enough for me.
Or the people doing it.
Yeah, and
but they have so much empathy for. It's blatant.
They have empathy for everybody but us.
Yeah, and I don't understand how people don't see that. If you say that you don't see it, something's wrong.
Cause like when you think about it, what other I mean, they're Haitians, not our race, but who else gets treated like that here?
Nobody.
Who else? Like the Asians, no doubt that they got theirs. They weren't nowhere near treated as bad as us.
Not at all. Not at all.
they came after us too, but they came with a plan.
They came.
That's because we
years
were
after
oppressed,
us.
and they came over here. They
They
get opportunity.
They came over here. They weren't brought over here.
There
Right.
has to be a lot said for being raped of your identity. Like that means, so these people came over here with their culture and their heritage.
And kept it.
We came over here and they took that shit,
Mhm.
and we just had to
Make it our own. Made our own. Yeah.
And they're telling us that we're less than the whole time. So that's psychological warfare. I mean, but moving on to the next topic, mistreatment of black folks. There's a phrase that came out this week that I first heard it. Missing white woman syndrome.
Yeah.
And they said that this country has a strong case of missing white woman syndrome, which is basically
White women are held to a high regard.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Take it back to Emmett Till.
the white woman is like one of America's
Mary.
highest commodities.
There's
Right.
nothing more dangerous than a crying white woman. Because when a white woman is crying, whatever she says happened.
It happened. Yeah.
And it goes down for us badly.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Especially when it's against black folks.
Rosewood type.
Oh God, I hated that movie.
So this woman, I don't even remember her name. Is anybody?
It don't matter. God forgive me.
She passed away.
Her name is Gabrielle.
It doesn't matter to our community.
Gabrielle.
I forget the last name. I know her name was Gabrielle.
Up the list of Gabrielle something. So this white.
That's how much I paid attention to it, because once I started seeing people bring forward all these brown faces, I was just utterly disgusted.
I lost interest.
I damn sure did. I started digging deeper into different brown cases.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do now?
Mhm.
All of our TCP ENT shows are start highlighting missing black and brown folks,
Mhm.
because
If you're watching and you have somebody who's missing, or you've heard of somebody who's missing, Gabrielle Petio.
So Gabrielle Petio was out. I guess she was out with her man.
Cross country trip.
Yep.
Cross country trip, and
He got rid of her like.
she was only 22.
Mm.
Wow. So I guess somebody saw them fighting, and
Yeah. Somebody called the cops.
called 911, and that's when they turned on the dude, and now I guess FBI is looking for dude, and
Yeah. He came home with her car. He came
He's
home with
on-
her car and was like, I don't know what happened to her.
He's on the
and
land.
went to his parents' crib.
Yeah, and then he went missing.
His parents are sticking up for him too.
His parents supposed to.
Yeah.
I feel like
he,
they're
he
supposed
came
to.
back with the
We
vehicle.
spoke about that. I'm not mad at the parents, but because I'm not turning my kid in.
Yeah.
I can't.
At the end of the day,
I'm not turning my kid in. Fuck y'all.
Mm-mm. Shit, I think last
he's in
time
their cab.
that's,
He's at their cabin somewhere.
that's our thing. Last time I got in trouble, my mom was like, "Tell him I did it." Straight up, she's like, "I did it." I was like, "I know."
And listen, y'all got my peoples fucked up too. The cops came to my parents' crib looking for me, and guess what my dad said?
I don't know.
What y'all talking about?
I ain't seen him.
Get from off my stoop.
That part, real shit.
But yeah, But so this woman went missing, and basically everybody they reacted quick. The cops was on it. FBI was on it. They
FBI was on
They
it.
found the body within days. It was identified as this woman. Then we find out that a young black man who master's degree. What school did he go to?
You talking about the geologist or?
Yes, very decorated. I don't even know. Can you find his name too? This boy's been missing since September.
It's been 2 months, I think, since he went missing.
It says September 4th.
That's when they found his body.
So
They found his body on the 4th, and he wasn't identified until after Gabrielle came out. And his mom stepped forward like, well, what about my son? Like, you know what I mean? My son has nothing. Like, FBI wasn't helping her.
Illinois State University is where he graduated from. Jelani. I gotta look for his last name.
His name is Jelani.
Illinois State University is where he was from, and that's where he went missing too, right?
I believe it was in
They found his
Illinois.
car, and he wasn't-
They found his car, and his clothing and his cell phone, and they didn't know where he was. To me, it just sounds mad fishy.
25 years old, went missing in August. 25 years old, went missing in August from Illinois River.
That's where they found his body at.
Right.
So his mom came out, and then magically they found his body. He was sitting in a freezer for
That kind of makes you wonder how many black bodies are
A lot.
all over this country not identified.
Oh, how many centuries? That's like you know, these shows they be showing. These crime shows about people and crimes, and they were missing. Like, out of maybe 20 or 30, you might see one show about a black person that was man or woman that was killed by their spouse or friend or whatever.
My problem is it's a lot of Jelani Day. It's
Most of them joints be about white people that were missing. You know what I mean?
We get bad publicity.
Yeah.
They love to talk about that.
Or none.
Leads.
Right.
And that's what they put us on the front page of the newspapers, and they put us on.
Tell me about it.
news
Fuck you, YDR.
when we lead when it's a crime. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you see black folks, and there's only a few networks out there that are trying to rectify that now, and it's still not enough.
We're gonna be one of them, though.
Like we lost.
We
lost our network to Viacom, or else maybe that would help a little bit.
BET?
Viacom's BET.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, but we lost BET when Bob Johnson.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Like we lost.
I was so sad after that.
Once Bob Johnson sold BET,
It didn't look the same. Yeah.
I'm
tired of watching Baby Boy.
I feel bad to say that I don't even watch BET.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't really, because it stopped feeling like ours.
Last time I watched BET, they had True to the Game on.
You
And
gotta
that's
stop hitting us with the '90s hood movies and all Tyler Perry.
Baby
And
Boy.
and
And I
the
mean,
game.
No disrespect to the '90s hood movies and Tyler Perry, but fam, we came up on Rap City, 106 and Park, like.
Rap City.
And don't forget not just them movies, but the movies with the terrible acting. We get them movies. We get the straight to video joints on
Yeah.
BET.
The ones where they getting thrown in the pool and they'll be like, let me explain what happened and how I
every single time. I'm telling you, it's always Baby Boy and Tyler Perry.
Or the pastor that's a dope fiend or whatever. Like,
The
you
uncle
really
on
get that
crack.
on BET now.
Uncle fuck with the book of sugar.
Yeah, I don't like the disrespect. I don't like the disrespect from, but when do we ever like the disrespect?
I feel like it's never ending. I keep looking for change, and it seems further and further away and out of sight.
And it's
as the time
they throw
goes
us a
on.
few breadcrumbs every now and then.
Well, they need to keep throwing them. I'm hungry. Shit.
it's more taxing on my soul because we've been doing this for a few years.
Our parents did this.
And
Oh, this. Yeah.
And then we speak about this shit
Mhm.
regularly,
Mhm.
and it seems like we're not gonna stop speaking about it. But
Right.
what's changing? Like
Nothing.
what's changing for real? We gotta keep being aware. We gotta keep keeping our people aware, but it's like
Everybody's so much about themselves, though. I feel like that's the problem. Nobody cares about the bigger issues because it doesn't directly affect them in their everyday life.
going on now. Like,
That's because like
Yeah.
they only think about themselves and not their children.
Yeah, their future generation.
We got the internet shit going on. They'd be like, yo, black man got killed by the cops, but Versus is on tonight. So
Right, and then all the attention shifts.
right, especially you know what I mean. If it's something that was big, like the Jadakiss, like then that story would have wiped out anything we was fighting for
Right.
the whole
mainstream media.
For the whole week.
I mean, and it's no disrespect because we all love art and the culture. And
Right,
all that shit
I'm
too,
here for it.
But
We have bigger issues and bigger fish to fry.
it seems like, and I talked to some of my mentors, and like some of my guys that are heavily involved in that. And they always tell me like, yo, don't stop because they're always fighting. Like even when you don't hear about it, they still fighting the fight. So they keep me on my shit. Like, yo, keep speaking about it, keep talking about it. And I could just imagine how they feel because I be spent. Like I'm so sick of talking about black folks dying, black folks being whipped, black folks
For
going
nothing.
missing. Like I'm like, yo,
Miss Justice.
Just for looking like us.
yeah.
Just for looking like us.
But let's turn back to some good news.
Yeah.
The Fugees was back on stage.
Ooh
this
la
week.
la la.
Listen,
Yay.
they said, and they came out. They was supposed to come out at 10 o'clock. They came out on the dot.
Damn.
10 o'clock. L Boogie was on stage. They said Clef
Y'all
was
concerned
ripping
about
it.
her lateness.
Yes.
Yeah, because L Boogie's good for the late.
And what she said. though,
But when she shows up, she shows the fuck out.
Yeah.
How about
Because L
it?
Boogie will come out at 11 o'clock on you, and she's leaving at 11:15.
And keep it a being like we hold Lauryn Hill in a different regard. Then shout out to the whole Fugees, but
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill was like royalty to us, and even though she's been late for many years,
And
she
I
only
would
gave
wait
us
for
she
her.
didn't even.
solo
She ain't done us right in years.
I would wait for her though. I would wait for Lauryn Hill.
I think
Y'all wouldn't wait for her?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's been waiting.
And if she drops an album, guess what?
We still downloading
Yeah,
that
that junk
joint.
is sold out.
I'm staying up till midnight if it comes out, and I'm gonna play it at midnight because she's that fire, and she's that, and so is Wyclef too. And,
Yeah.
I mean Wyclef.
I love him on the guitar.
And
Wyclef is a talented. He's a talented individual.
Yeah, I love him on the guitar.
I've seen him freestyle with a guitar. Like,
911 is one of my favorite songs. Him and Mary.
yeah.
That hits different.
It's the Carnival. His Carnival album, his solo album that shit was hard.
Yeah.
Wyclef is super talented.
So the Fugees is back.
Nobody's talking about Prize though. I feel that Prize disrespect.
He's
all of
always he's like what's his name? Takeoff from the Migos.
I-
Prize and Takeoff.
I think
Seriously,
Prize is
they're
more
like
like-
the overlooked.
Prize is more like Chim Chim on Speed Racer.
Do it sound like they left me off of Bad and Bougie? You know? He like that. I'm serious. He's like the one.
Is that who that was?
Yep.
Let's keep
That
it
was
a beat.
Takeoff.
And I want to see all the Fugees, and I'm going to make it a point to try to get to one of their shows. Probably the one in Jersey, because that'll be so lit up in their hometown. But Prize is trash.
See, I ain't even say all of that.
I've never heard a verse from Prize. I was like, he killed that.
Does he write or something? Like what?
I don't know.
He had the one.
At least
he had-
Spinderella was.
That's Wyclef's cousin.
That's why.
he had-
One of my cousins. You need to get on. You should have put me on your mixtape. You should have put me on your mixtape. I feel offended
like
that.
you-
Superstar,
Yeah.
When I cycle through
That wasn't
through the
him.
music library.
Was it?
That was his song though. Him and Maya and ODB.
I was about to say. I just remember ODB.
Yeah, that was
Well,
his song.
goddamn, we
Yeah,
ain't know you was in that either.
Yeah. Like
That was his song.
every time I cycle through my library and I get to the Fuji the Score album, like every time he raps, I'll be like, "Yo, this is the wackest part of the song."
Yeah, every time.
Every single song.
And the crazy shit is like the score was a classic, but and Lauryn Hill outshined on most tracks. But Clef, you knew Clef was
Yeah,
on it.
Clef was doing his thing.
Prize, you never really. It was like,
See, oh,
Clef, like every group has that guy.
oh, yeah, they do. Every group has that guy. B2K had that guy too.
But I'm saying like, but there's. but
He's
every
like the brown skinned guy in H Town. You know, he had the twins and the other dude that was like this boy.
Man,
Like you don't even remember him.
Who's Wu-Tang's Prize?
You got.
You got for sure.
But he's not
You got
trash though.
but he's trash compared to the rest
Yeah,
of them.
that's so sad.
He's not trash. He's just trash compared to everybody else.
Basically.
Yeah.
In comparison.
He got parts that were raw. I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? He got parts.
Even Capadonna's better than you guys. So, like, let's keep it a buck. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Wu-Tang.
Shout out to the Wu-Tang.
I'm showing my age. I don't know all the members in Wu-Tang.
And the only reason I said Wu-Tang is because I think y'all are probably the greatest group ever. Not my favorite, but the greatest. And the show is fire. For sure. Even though that guy who plays RZA is a classic.
See, the Locks has that person too, though, because
Locks is my favorite.
I know that. But the third member, I don't really know him like that.
I like Sheik. Sheik is always the forgotten guy, but I like
Yeah, he is.
When they first came out, Sheik was my favorite guy
Sheik can rap.
until I really.
They all can rap.
Sheik is a funny guy.
Yeah, I think Sheik cares the least.
Like he
About
raps.
rap.
He raps with the most confidence.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he got some like on the Benjamins, he got the hardest verse out of the Locks.
Yeah.
Colossal
Yeah, he
side
got the hardest
Picasso.
Locks verse. Like some tracks, even like some of their like, not the singles, but like their album tracks, he outshines them. Like Sheik's hard. But yeah, he is probably the weakest link.
Data Michelle.
Yeah,
Weakest link.
he's the
Michelle.
weakest.
He's
link out
Michelle.
of like 3
There,
strong
I'm telling you,
members.
But
there's that one person in every group.
being the weakest link with Sheik and Styles ain't like that's not bad.
No.
Sheik-
At least you with them.
Kiss and Styles. Well, Kiss and Styles and Sheik,
At least you able to touch the hem of their microphones.
the fact that you can even rap with them and we still know the words to your verse.
Yeah.
We didn't forget
But
you. You're not
Prize
forgettable.
is
We don't remember Priz's
Yeah.
verses. That's the crazy
I
shit.
don't
Like, we
even know him.
Like the score.
he's like what's
the
that
score would
dude?
have been just as hot without Prize.
What's the dude's name that was married to the what's that dumb girl's name that thought tuna was chicken?
What?
Jessica Simpson. What was her
Aw.
husband's name? Nick something.
Nick Lachey.
Like I didn't know he was even a singer.
98 degrees.
98 degrees.
Yeah.
Like I
That's when Backstreet Boys. And
Backstreet
that was a boy band
back.
era.
They was like the diet version of NSYNC.
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Yep, they sure were.
Like
They were
like,
nice
he-
to look at.
I was like remember like he's a singer. Like their music is
Mhm.
like way out of my.
Yeah,
way
some
out
people
of
just
my
outshine
zone.
others, and you forget completely about them that they're a part of the group.
Like is he that guy? Cause
No, he was actually the star.
he was a what?
He was the star.
Yeah, he was, but the
Shoot.
group
Yeah.
wasn't as pop. They was not as.
They had a
popular as
couple
Backstreet
bops.
Boys, but he was the lead singer in that group.
Yeah, he
Were-
was.
Were they worthy of singing on a corner in a Rocky movie?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they probably would have been the background music.
I actually
Maybe.
saw NSYNC before they was NSYNC, like as they was becoming NSYNC.
You went to the tour.
No, I was living in.
He went to the tour. Mm-mm.
Listen, I was.
He
living
had
in
on the
Florida.
Justin Timberlake
You
T-shirt.
liked him, man.
I was living in Florida, and I was in an apartment with.
Bye, bye, bye. Just say you were singing it, cuz.
The shout out to the girl. I forget her name too. But shout out to her. So she was my roommate, which is crazy. I lived with her for like 9 months. But shout out to her. She was dating Joey, the big nose.
Oh, word.
And this is right before they popped off. So she's dating Joey, and she brings Lance. So it's Joey and Lance. They was coming to our apartment. They would like, back then we was partying. Like, this is, when you party with white people, it's different. Like,
Oh, yeah. Tonight, we're going to get fucked up.
No, you're gonna get me, and I'm gonna watch.
I'm going to
And
go
I
to
used
jail.
Party with, and here's the funny shit. They would tell us because the other Backstreet Boys had already popped
Mhm.
up. So they would tell us like they're a boy band. They just got signed and they're about to blow. And we would sit there smoking and talking shit like, y'all are shitty. Y'all ain't never gonna be the Backstreet Boys. Yo, and we talking mad shit, and then she breaks up with this dude for whatever reason.
Dummy.
Like, yo, like 2 months later, we see them on like the summer. Remember they used to have like the spring, and they was on stage, and I was like, we was all sitting there like, yo, I'm looking like you dumbass.
We was just getting high with them.
We could have been on tour.
Yo, yeah, shout out to her. I forget her name. Yeah, we had an apartment in Kissimmee.
I know
Shout out
she
to my
probably
dog,
mad
Kurt.
as shit.
Kurt stayed with us too. Kurt, my bro. Kurt and Nick. Yo, yeah. So
I know she probably mad as shit.
gotta be. Shout out to NSYNC and Justin. I heard they trying to get Justin in the verses too, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Him versus who?
Somebody said Usher, and I said don't do that.
I mean, Usher wrote some of his
Chris
stuff, didn't
Brown?
he?
Chris Brown?
Usher would.
Chris Brown and who? Justin Timberlake? No.
Usher could play
No?
Confessions from start
No.
to finish and beat Justin Timberlake.
Easily.
Usher could play Confessions from start to finish.
I mean,
and beat
Usher-
Justin
from
Timberlake
the
has some
90s
bops, though. We're not going to do that.
Huh?
They do need to do a white people versus. No, I'm serious.
Timberlake and Bieber.
I-
Nah, but Timberlake with us.
Timberlake
though.
is slash-
Timberlake make
Bieber is us too.
Timberlake.
What?
I mean, no, Bieber, Justin Bieber got some bops.
Yeah, he do.
He
I
got
like
some
my
bops.
peaches out in
Listen,
Georgia.
for sure,
That's
for
my
sure.
shit.
Yeah,
They need a white people one.
What's going on with Nicki Minaj though?
man.
Loving
She got a lot
pedophiles
going
as normal.
I feel like she fucking up her whole legacy.
She is.
Nah, she's not. With people that are with our generation, yeah, because we expect more from our artists, but from the generation after us, they don't care.
I just want her to rap.
When it comes to this,
They
I
don't
just
care.
want her to rap.
They don't care.
now this is the Me Too era. So
They don't listen.
we got a rape victim that says that her and her husband. This is alleged that her and her husband threatened this woman.
Hmm
To keep
She
quiet.
looks scared. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I didn't see
You
it.
gotta watch it. She looks genuinely terrified.
I mean, the way the internet reacted, it looked.
Could you imagine
Listen,
having a whole that's like having a navy or a beehive after your ass?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
want to know what kind of pipe this guy's delivering for Nicki to be acting so. Nicki got too much going on. Even when she met him, she was already who she is.
Hmm
Not when she met him, because apparently they knew each other
From young age, yeah.
But when they got together this time, she was already super popping, superstar.
Hmm
I don't know, and I know love makes you.
That's
do
a
some
bad
crazy
rebound
things.
for Meek.
Yeah.
It is.
And we don't know what
oh,
was going on.
and
in
Nas
this.
too. She was with Nas.
Oh my God, you dropped the ball there, shorty. I would have never let him go.
It's rough. Like I'm looking.
You would
at
have
it
let
like-
Nas go, bruh.
But before this, before this,
I'd have licked that cookie right off his face.
No, he do got the mojo.
Yes, he does. I love cookies. I'm the Cookie Monster. I would have.
Alrighty then.
Look.
The Cookie Monster,
Hmm
no doubt.
You ever have like somebody you was with like a disfiguration and you make it feel good about it and kiss it and lick it and shit?
A disfiguration.
I do like
a mole or birthmark or
some of them freak me out. I don't think I've never.
Six.
I dated a guy with a skin graft. Like his whole like the back of his calf was gone.
Oh.
You used to kiss it, tell him it was okay.
I used to rub it for him.
Uh,
I did. I mean, cause apparently it hurt. I mean, I don't know. I tried. Y'all supposed to do that. You supposed to love who you're with.
I know.
Love all them. That's like stretch marks. How y'all feel about stretch marks?
I'm grown.
I love it. Yeah.
You don't mind them?
No, I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
See, I mean,
So here for it.
Like I like tigers too.
I like Frosted Flakes. Don't we all?
As long as she appreciates the green mole I have in my balls.
Nigga,
I'm playing.
I don't want to sit here anymore. You should have told. You should.
That's
Puppy
not
ears.
true.
No,
That's
I don't give a fuck if it was.
Could you be with a child predator?
Fuck no. No. Not me personally, because I do want babies. Like, I want babies eventually, and I would never trust them with my kids, ever. Or around my nieces, my nephews, none of that.
And I think like she tried to make when it first came out, she tried to like clean it up like
She tried to brush it under the rug.
She was young, blah blah blah. Like he met, and it kind of was like they was both young, and he got caught out there kind of shit. But
She did the same shit with her brother, though. Don't forget.
Yeah, I'm about to get to that. And now that the story's out, it's not sounding like that. And she did prior to this. She was caping for her brother, who is a child molester, who's now in jail serving time for that.
See, do you cut your siblings off for things like that? What would be a good reason for you to cut your sibling off?
Like that's your.
You
at-
can't
at the-
really. That's still going to be your brother.
At the end of the day, that's your brother.
What's
or
she supposed
sister,
to do?
But like to lie for them on to lie.
She
for
not
them,
wrong for I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just say I don't know.
That's one when you're big like that and somebody asks about your brother or sister that's a next question type joint.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Next.
Because it's none of our business. Honestly, when it's family, it is none of our
People
business.
feel like when you're in the spotlight that you don't deserve to have a private life. Like everything is everybody's business just because you're who you are,
right.
and that's fucked up.
Even when you ain't superstar, you
Right.
are local.
Like I'm not ready for that.
They still think that.
Pretty.
Are y'all ready for that? I'm not ready for that.
No, absolutely
Mind your
not.
fucking business.
I'm trying to get more private as we go on.
Exactly. Facts. All facts.
I'm a practicing private.
it's awkward when I see people in real life and they call me the girl last night. I already said it on Queen's Table. I'm gonna say it again because I don't know where this girl knows me from. But I was leaving an establishment last night and she goes, "Yeah, they call her Hollywood." And I just turned around like and looked dead at her face. She's like, "They call her Hollywood." And like, what are you saying? So I didn't know, like, I don't know what her motive for, like, who are you?
Because we only call you Hollywood. That means they watching.
I mean, I guess they are watching. Well, if you're watching, next time just come up to me. If
Say
it's
that.
right, if you have anything that's just, I'm approachable. I know I look mean, but I'm approachable. As long as you don't come up to me on no bullshit, won't be no problem. Don't start none, won't be none.
We ain't rich and bougie here.
Being approachable.
Yeah, I just heard. I keep hearing that. You know, I'm purposely not talking to people because I'm acting stuck up. I don't want people to think that. I just don't be paying attention to y'all. Like,
His hair started getting longer. He said he can't hear you. He can't hear you now.
Speeds.
Right, he can't hear you now.
listen. My people.
This nigga started losing weight. Look at that. Look at that visual. You see him looking all slim and whatnot. I like that shirt, cuz. I like that shirt.
Everybody.
I need one of them.
Everybody.
Right. He always does that. Get some fly shit and then shows up with it on. And just be like, fuck y'all. I know.
He be bringing one of one stuff.
Exactly.
in front of
Exactly.
us.
I just want to see if it pops so I can throw it on the merch. TCPENT.com.
I got some ideas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Shameless plug.
No shame.
But yeah, nah, like I'm not that guy. Don't think that. Like I got shit going on.
Sometimes I don't want to people though. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want to people.
That's the thing. Like,
I'll still say hi though.
they don't understand like when you do this, and not only this, like you're speaking as a job kind of like you're speaking as a job, and then you have to deal with your real life at home and whatever
Right.
business and shit you got going on. So sometimes when you get to the this recreational public, you don't want to have conversations.
That shit was super awkward. Like you made it awkward. It didn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? Like I mean, we definitely do. I'm here for it.
Like we love.
I'm here for it. Just come up to me next time.
You're probably not gonna see me.
What'd you say? He said something to me earlier off camera, and I was like, "You don't even go nowhere to see nobody."
Yeah, you if you see me, I'm like a comet.
Pew.
So holla at me if you see me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't never go out, and I went out one night,
And the only time they see me out now is with y'all.
and I was in York. That's what made me like, oh my God, somebody didn't call me by my real name in my city. I see y'all.
But check this out. So I'm gonna get into this because this was
What?
Yo.
They had this story where it was like the side piece. This man the husband had a side piece and she died, and he was mourning so much that he told his wife that he was depressed. And the only reason she found out is because I guess he went to the funeral and whatever. I don't forget like how she found out, but he was mourning and he told her like she was in bed. He was like, "Don't touch me." Like I loved her, and she was this, and she was confused whether to give him time to mourn.
Can I give her some advice?
Or
Can I give him some advice? I'll tell his wife exactly what to do. This is what you do for that situation. Put that man in the dirt with her. Real shit. Real shit. Put him in the dirt with her. You mourn her so bad. How dare you? Like, who the fuck do you think you are? You miss her so bad. Let me put you in the dirt with her.
But let me ask this, because people do work some things out instead. So if you stayed and you understood enough to stay, do you understand that man or woman, no matter who it is, that if you stayed and forgave the cheating, you understand that this man or woman was attached to somebody, and now they hurt. Now they got to fake it in front of you. Because that's what they are going to be doing.
That's exactly why I just don't forgive that kind of stuff. Like, I can't get past it. Certain things I'm just not going to get past. Like, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to punch you in your face damn near every day. Like, I'm never going to let you forget it, especially if it works to my advantage.
I think that would be almost like having a baby. Or
Yes, motherfucker. Oh, my God.
that would hit like that hard.
That's real messy.
Messy as fuck.
Yo,
Listen.
like how do you have the I'm gonna do the Stephen A. How do you have the unmitigated gall to mourn in front of your spouse.
And he asked her. He said she asked if he wanted if she asked if he wanted to go to counseling to get their shit.
Yeah, like
And
he can't focus on you. Focus on the
told
dead.
her he don't want to go to the marriage counseling. He wants to go to grief counseling by himself.
So why wasn't you with her? That would be my question. Like, at that point, I would just feel like you just need to go be with her. Like, you need to handle that on your own. I'm just gonna remove myself from this right now.
you need to grieve your way into
How you
your own
fall
apartment.
deep in love with some, like, you never loved me from the beginning. Go love her in the dirt. Bye. Brown looks good on you.
That's cold blooded though. Like that's real cold.
His blood's gonna be cold.
That's
Fuck out of
cold.
here. Like, we're just not gonna do that. It's
Tell
certain
your
things you
wife-
just don't
Tell your
forgive.
wife, don't touch me. I'm mourning.
It would have been a sleepless
Yo,
night
that's
that night.
That's as hard as when Ghost told.
No, it's
when-
not. That's different
when
though.
Ghost
That's
told
different.
Tasha, I just lost the love of my life. I was like, ouch.
That's different.
Damn.
That's different.
He just told his wife,
Yeah.
I just lost the love of my life. Leave me alone.
So she gotta watch him.
Pew!
She gotta
That
watch
was like,
him.
yo, when Ghost said that to Tasha, I said, this motherfucker is the GOAT.
That
Listen.
that's different. But like she gotta watch him curled up like a baby and cry the blues at night.
I would have put something in his food.
And
That-
how are
Arsenic.
you
Look,
mourning?
now you get to be with her. Meet her in heaven.
How are you mourning? Like, do every night she comes to bed, you're weeping in the bed next to her? My God, you're doing a lot.
A lot.
See, but I feel
You're
like
doing a lot.
Like he's doing enough that she
You gotta
put it
cry
out there.
outside before you even come home.
it's
man.
sad that she even has to ask, like, what to do. What do you mean, what to do? Put that, you know what's crazy? Put it on the other foot. Men cannot handle that.
Nah.
I could understand if the person died before y'all got together. You know what I mean? And you're still dealing with it like years or months down the line because time doesn't heal all. You'll still always think about people.
You
You know what I
always
mean?
mourn your friend.
You know
Yeah.
what's crazy about the story is, even though as nutty as it sounds and as crazy as she sounds for
Even asking.
for asking,
Entertaining it.
I bet that she is a hell of a wife.
I wouldn't.
Because of her mindset. Not because she stayed through the cheating, but it sounds like she is
She really
willing to
gives
do
a fuck.
anything to make her relationship work.
Is that a hell of a woman or is that desperation though?
No,
I don't think it's desperation.
Because when two people feel that way, then it's a perfect relationship. But when one person feels that way, then somebody's a dumbass. Like, I mean, like, so.
He ain't even thinking about her though. That's why I'm saying she sounds like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Imagine those conversations in that house.
It sounds like he loved the other girl more than he loved his wife.
I would have had to leave him alone. Like, I'm not fixing your plate no more. I don't give a
You
fuck
gotta fend
about.
for yourself and
Take care of
sleep
these
in
fucking
another bed.
kids too.
Would you let them go to the funeral?
No.
Go to the
And
funeral?
if you were the person, would you go to the would you?
I'll
insist
knock
to go
all
to the
this shit
funeral?
over. This is a casket, bitch. Oh, listen here.
Not you go, not you go.
He can
but
go.
Would you allow him to go? And if
I'm
you were
going-
the person, would you insist on going?
I will knock all this shit over. I'm gonna go and I'm kicking a casket. And that's just what it comes down to. I'm that one. Like, I'll lose all my shit and get away with it. So what? Like, that's just what it is. I'm gonna kick the casket over. You wanted to come here, remember? So
Casket over there?
motherfucking right. That bitch gonna be rolling. Doop doop.
What if
Yep.
your family was big?
We could get it on. I don't care. Like, I'm one of those, like, especially when I'm at 100. I don't give a fuck if there's 18 of y'all. We're all fighting.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's a real crazy situation.
What would I do
man.
if they had a baby on me? You don't want to know that answer. Like, I'm not going to even incriminate myself.
Yeah, like that is up there with having a baby. Like a baby you got to deal with forever though. But like,
I'm
Yep.
not gonna stand there and watch you grieve over somebody.
nah, you gotta go.
I'm just not.
You gotta go.
All right. We'll be like, you what? Bitch.
You think they're weeping while I might smack you upside your head.
Right.
Bitch.
Yeah, like
You crying over who?
I'll be like, yo, come on, pack your shit.
My mouth will
Yeah.
get super
Yeah.
vicious. Like, hell yeah. Like, get the fuck.
Fuck you and that.
Right. Brown, like I said, Brown look good on you. Bitch, you about to be in the dirt with your ass, bitch. Okay? The fuck, no sympathy.
But like, yo, for that to even be put out in public, yo, that's crazy. crazy.
Hell yeah, you gonna be listed as a special friend.
Well,
That would be.
the story. That was on like an episode. Hot 97 does this
Right,
shit
they
where
get them
they
emails
get
and
the
all that,
email,
yeah.
So that's what that was.
She's bugging. Ah, that hurts. I'm hurt for you.
But I'm sure she should probably leave that relationship. But I'm sure she's gonna make somebody a good wife one day because
She gonna be so fucking. That's the fucked up thing about it. She probably ain't never gonna want to deal with a man ever again.
no, yeah,
Only him.
She gonna be stuck on him. Clearly, she's stuck on him enough to watch somebody. I'm not watching you love nobody else, especially while you still in my space. Get the fuck out of here.
When you delivering premium penis.
I don't give a fuck about no dick. Cause have y'all had a rose, ladies? If you caught up on the dick, get you a rose.
Did you really order that shit?
Did I? When I tell you, did I order it?
What color?
Purple,
I remember
red.
you talking about it on an episode of Queen's Table.
And I said I was gonna order it. I left and I did it in the car.
In the car.
In the car, I ordered it. And when I got that joint,
It's as good as advertised.
I wanted to give the rose some juice. Like afterwards, I wanted to make the rose some tacos. Do you eat? Like I wanted to talk to it like it was a do you eat? What do you like to eat?
So
You
it's
hungry?
It's worth the money.
Every penny. Every penny. Best money I've ever spent in my life. That thing is sucking the pussy like a when I tell y'all, listen, that is the Gluck 5000. The new model. I'm telling you, that is something else. Ladies, get you a rose.
Yeah, they didn't pay us because we were gonna.
Yeah.
Listen, if they gave me one of them for free, I wouldn't be working here. I would never show up to work. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be here.
Yo, that's wild.
The rose, huh?
If you guys would like to sponsor, I love your product.
What y'all think about Drew Hill calling out? They called out 112 JE and
Jackie, that you already did one.
No, so the 112. The both they gotta get together.
They do not want
what-
smoke
what-
with boys to men.
Is the verses they're gonna be in gonna be 5 songs?
No, here's the thing. I was thinking at first too. I said Drew Hill got singles. I was like, and they got singles that can hang up against.
Nah.
When he do the tell me, I'ma hit the ceiling.
But here's the other thing. Nokio's a producer
Ooh.
and he's a writer, so he can
Is-
start playing.
Nokio's not with them no more though.
He is. He's back.
Nokio,
It's
Nokio,
Nokio
Cisco,
and
Cisco,
and two new guys.
Drew Hill. I remember that.
I mean,
So if Nokio goes in that verses with them and he starts playing his production shit, he's gonna wash Boys to Men.
No, he's not. Nobody's watching Boys to Men. Not gonna happen.
Five singles.
Who?
Maybe.
Boys to Men?
no.
Bye.
Boyz
Yeah,
II Men-
right.
Boys and Men was.
They had a nice ass run,
Yeah,
especially if they
had
play that
had at
Cool J.
least a 7-year run.
No, their first 2 albums was popping. And then
Then-
after that, they fell off.
Boys
they had,
to
they had
Men.
the one later on. I mean, Drew Hill doesn't even have 2 albums.
Yes, they do.
I didn't listen to as much Drew Hill as I listened to Boys to Men. Boys to Men was the blueprint.
Last year I saw Drew Hill in concert.
I seen him
Drew
a few
Hill got
years
joints.
ago.
And if Cisco
If he shows up with the silver hair, it's over.
if but when Nokio gets in his what you want from a-
See, you know what though? That is you right though. You're right. I started thinking about
Nokio got joints.
Cisco got joints though
They gonna
too.
do it. I mean,
Nokio produced that CNN joint. Y'all don't wanna fuck with us.
yeah,
CNN not for them pesos.
they
That's
need
probably
that.
number
Look, I'm like,
CNN. Capone Noriega,
I thought you was talking about the news. I was about to say I love CNN.
I just nah.
Drew
Like-
Hill do got some joints. Cisco,
Drew Hill, like
he gonna play a thong song.
They're only performing because Keith. Other than that, like,
Then they gonna drop that DMX and I'm be mad hype because they say my name in that song.
I don't
Yo,
know.
every woman was ecstatic as soon as he said their name. Yo.
I just think like with the versus rules, I think Drew Hill outlasts Boys II Men. Who they don't outlast.
They can't
is
out
Jodeci.
talent
We
them.
was talking about Jodeci, but people said Drew Hill with Nokio's production and writing could outlast every boy R&B group except Jodeci.
Wow.
That's what the internet.
New
was.
edition too.
I don't think New Edition was even included because that's a little older than New Edition was like 80s.
I still think Boys and Men was the blueprint. They can add. They're actually talented.
They were
Drew
Michael
Hill can
Bivins'
sing too,
blueprint.
New Edition was
but
the
nobody
blueprint.
tops Wanye. Wanye, yo, Wanye's an animal.
Boys II Men was different.
Yeah.
Boys II Men had a run.
Like if
Jodeci got them out of here because Jodeci came out here. That's why y'all women like Toxic, dude.
Because of Casey.
Because Jodeci came out and got Boyz II Men the fuck out of here, and Jodeci was talking about fucking, sucking, and licking, and Boyz II Men was talking about I'll do anything. You need only a soulmate love to
Yep.
And
they were the gentlemen, and Jodeci was the futures. They were the fuck boys, and Boyz II Men were the gentlemen. It makes sense. It's all right.
And hood women been loving Toxic.
That's when they stopped grabbing for the air when Jodeci came out. When they
Casey had.
That's what happened. R&B
albums.
went downhill. R&B went downhill because they stopped grabbing for the air. Jodeci said, "Fuck this. I said I want to eat your pussy. I don't gotta grab shit."
And R&B been different
Ever since.
It was like Jodeci said,
Freaking you. Oh, it's hot in here.
Silk came after Jodeci. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me lick you
Up
Yeah.
and down. So you
They weren't playing
sing.
around.
Yo,
That stuff wasn't supposed to be a single though. Like I was like 17 listening to that.
No,
Like,
man, I was in junior high. That was good for sure. And it was.
You know who
singing
I'm
it.
sad about that we can't get a verses for? R. Kelly. That I'm sad about that.
Kelly
Honestly,
watched
he
just
had
about
some
everybody.
I
fuck.
could go watch any singer.
You think
watch
so?
Just about everybody.
Any singer?
Male singer for sure.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
From this era, like you'd
A
have
male
to go,
singer. He
You'd
can't
have
go
to go
against
way
Mary.
back for somebody.
If
Like
you
you'd
went
have to
against
go.
Mary, that'd be
You'd have to go
That
like
would,
on some
yeah.
Stevie, somebody that was producing and singing and doing.
And it gets fuzzy when you do shit like that because the old heads are gonna go for Stevie in our era. It ain't gonna fit. However, whoever was in your era from 15 to 25 are the dopest motherfuckers ever to you. Period. Like it's from high school to the college graduation age. Those are like that music is what is it to you. Because that was 106 apart.
Shout out to B2K,
Like it was, like
Bow Wow,
that's the music
Mario.
that defines your life.
Yeah,
That's why when
Chris
I hear,
Brown.
when I talk to somebody who's 30, 31, and they tell me that their GOAT is 50 Cent or Kanye West, I
I
can't get mad at that
am.
because
50,
How-
yes.
Kanye maybe.
how could I be mad when I can't expect them to like the Biggies and Nas and the Pacs? They don't know nothing. And even if they go back and hear it, they didn't hear it when we heard it. Like
It
when we was
wasn't the same.
outside.
Yeah.
Timing is everything, but good music is good music
Mhm.
to
True.
me. Because I listen to a lot of things.
But nah, you can't say that because
Good music is
Lil-
good.
It is, but Lil Baby is the biggest thing in hip hop right now,
Do you think?
and I don't like his music.
Really?
You think he
I
did
don't
more
like
than
it.
Puff and
I don't like the auto tune shit. I don't like it. I don't
none
like
of it?
it. But I won't diss him. It's not for me.
I'm never going to diss black music in public,
Right. Well, some of them be have.
regardless of how.
Some of them
trash
be
I
having
think
some
it is.
bullshit.
I do want to say that Little Baby, Just Blaze, and Kurt Franklin on the soundtrack for Space Jam 2.
Lil Baby and Drake's.
Now that song is phenomenal.
Drake has a bop with Lil Baby right now too. It's called Girls Like Girls. Girls Want Girls.
Oh yeah,
That's
I like
on the
that.
Yeah.
album?
I like that.
Staring
I
at
like
your
that.
dress because it's
That's not
see
for me.
through.
I don't want to say. I like that. But
That-
that song he got with Just Blaze and that choir singing in the background,
Mhm.
that's different.
Yeah.
That shit is fine. Little Baby. He got
I
some-
like him on You Stay too
he got
with
some-
Khaled. Yeah.
I think that's him on that Hurricane song, Kanye. I think. I don't know Little Baby's music because I don't want to hear that auto tune. But I think that's him on the Hurricane, and that junk is hard.
Speaking of hurricanes, pray for me. I'm going to Puerto Rico during hurricane season this week, and there's a little something in the ocean.
Right.
Right,
Before
it's
we
a
get
little
out of
something.
here, I want to we do got to end on a little somber note, a little bit. I want to say rest in peace to two giants, two black kings, two people who really contributed heavily to the culture and the
Mhm.
art.
Smokey back here taking a shit.
First one is my man Ezel, AJ Johnson, rest in peace.
Yo, he was
Yeah,
hilarious.
gave us even a Players Club. Like he had AJ Johnson was he was, and I seen so many comedians showing. One thing I say
Michael
about
Blackson paid for his funeral.
comedians- yeah, like one thing I say about comedians, like because now that I hang with, like I be around them, you don't realize how they know each other. Like they be knowing each other.
It's
and
the network.
And we don't even see them ever together, but they know other comedians. So when I seen the outpouring of love for AJ Johnson and the work that he put in, the people that he paved the way, Bow Wow said he's the reason he got discovered. He's the one that pulled him on stage so Snoop could see him, like because he was MCing that tour that Snoop was on. So he saw Bow Wow in the crowd, pulled him on the stage. Snoop saw him, gave him to JD because he didn't want him on death row, and the rest is history. So there was just a lot of love I saw like that. Even the same with Michael K. Williams too. Like I just saw the outpouring of love from his peers. So that's how you know when somebody's genuine.
And with another celebrity dying, and they have issues with money, even though they're doing shows and performing and all that. Like, you got a spouse, get your life insurance right. Man.
Seriously.
You don't want to put that. His wife is putting it on the fans and all that. Like,
but also people don't know like show business is hard. So he probably like. You have a run where you're super hot, and then you got a run where there's nothing coming in. I don't know his situation.
It's the same as like a business owner.
Right.
You don't always get money.
Yeah, and stand-up comedy, to me, I will always say this. I don't care who disagrees. In entertainment, there is no harder thing to do than stand-up comedy when it's just you and that microphone, and you got a bunch of people out there saying, make me laugh. I think, to me, that is, there's no way I can do that. So I admire that. And so there's some of them dudes be hot and then they get cold. Like you can't, you're not funny all the time.
They always say, Damien said it too, everybody bombs at least once. Well, at least a couple times. Him and Eddie were talking about it when they was on here.
Even the legends, they still, like when they go do, especially when they're working out a routine, they bomb all the time.
When they're seeing what works and what don't.
Yeah, we don't.
I feel super awkward when you watching it though. Like,
And listen, like now that I gotta travel around and I'll be at these open mics, I see a lot of comedians. I didn't see this because I was only going to shows where they had already worked their set. Now I'm going to these open mics and I'm seeing how you have to work out in front of the crowd. Which that's the other thing. Like even when you working out, that's nerve wracking. Like,
hell
you
yeah,
a bunch of people watching you.
Everybody looking at you.
Work out some shit to be funny. So yeah, it's just, so maybe AJ Johnson hit a rough patch. Maybe he didn't. Either way,
he was found unresponsive in a store.
His wife's nails in her eyelashes look nice though.
Yeah,
she probably put them on. It was probably magnetic.
But yeah, definitely get life insurance though. I don't know.
That's important.
Yeah,
take care of your family, man.
That's the last thing people need to worry about is how they're gonna pay for something as they're already grieving to take care of you. It's too much. I've been there. That shit is expensive as hell.
The other rest in peace I want to give before we get out of here is Melvin Van Peebles, who was he was before my time, but he gave us his son Mario Van Peebles, who gave us stuff like New Jack City and what was the cowboy
Posse,
and a couple other dope movies too. But Melvin Van Peebles was actually like one of the pioneers.
Blaxploitation and all that.
One of the first black directors, and he was just a pioneer.
He paved the way.
Heavily respected. I'm not sure the cause of death. I know he was. I think he's in his 70s or 80s.
He was old.
Yeah, he was
like,
definitely old.
Them people like that. That's a rest in peace. But when they did so much,
job well
they
done.
Lived a full life.
Yeah,
sure.
Job well done.
So rest in peace to both of them brothers. And yeah, anything before we get the fuck up out of here except my birthday. Y'all better Zoetropolis.
We still got a couple weeks.
Did you pin that? tcpent.com for your merchandise. Also, you can sign up on the website to keep up with us and our events coming. Please like and share and follow us and subscribe on YouTube.
Room of Rhyme.
Yes, October 9th.
Room of Rhyme.
Yeah.
Hosted by Sir Dominique Jordan and Thundercat. She gonna bring the
Thunder,
house down.
thunder,
She do every time.
Thundercat.
I'm gonna start calling her Thunder and Lightning because everything goes off, lights out after she's done. Nobody wants. I don't want to see anybody else after her.
Yeah, she's a showstopper for sure.
Word.
And then stay tuned for our future TCP laughs and our future Room of Rhyme. And I don't want to say too much, but YC, we are coming. TCP ENT's coming.
Ew.
YC, we outside.
Ew.
Yo, we got Cookie Pope on the boards.
Hey, y'all.
We got Hollywood Bonnie in the building.
Because who's gonna fucking check me?
We got Alonzo Williams Jr. in the building.
Nobody owns ideas.
And I'm your host, Blast. This is SAYLESS Podcast, episode 147. See y'all next week.
In 2017, I created SAYLESS Podcast. Then we created a network around that. I created a bunch of shows. We created a radio station, WTCP. Then 2021, this year, we went to TCP TV on Roku. So now we're on TV. So what's next? I'm thinking productions. I'm thinking movies. I'm thinking live performances. So how do I do that? Now I created TCP Entertainment. And we're gonna do all of that. We got a bunch of new shows. We got the ladies at Queen's Table, Vixen, 2X's, E, Badu, my ace, Hollywood. We got the new show I'm creating with comedian Josh DeWay. I Hate It Here. He's hilarious. Y'all gonna love him too. Then we got Porque No. That's our first Spanish speaking show. I'm doing on site where I'm gonna be pulling up on people, just having real conversations. But our biggest project that we're working on right now for TCP Entertainment is TCP's Who Did It Best, and it's going to be business against business. And when I say business against business, I'm talking about COVID hit us really hard. So we're trying to do something to put a spotlight on these businesses that went through tough times during COVID. A lot of people had to close their doors. So what we want to do is not just have business against business, but we want to highlight these businesses and celebrate these businesses and put people back in these businesses. But yeah, you know, who got the best cheesesteaks in the city? Who does the best dark fades? We're gonna do all of that, man. TCP's Who Did It Best. TCP Entertainment's Who Did It Best. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna have the final say on all the cuts, so you know we about to turn up. It's TCP Entertainment, baby.